trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Our top story this noontime, the Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals. It is win or go home for the C's tonight. The Celtics hoping a loud TD Garden can help them send this series to Game 7. And Celtics fans, they have been out and about all day long getting ready to cheer on their team. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Tregellis is live in Boston with more.
Celtics down 3-2 in these NBA Finals with their backs against the wall, having to win 2 games to secure an 18th NBA championship. But don't tell these fans that the Celtics are underdogs, because they are just as confident as ever.
I think I'm pretty confident tonight. I think they win tonight.
Feeling good, man. I mean, I think Tatum's confident in himself, and he'll lead the team to a win. I'm expecting Game 7.
The Boston Celtics back home in front of their home crowd for Game 6 of the NBA Finals. The team looking to bounce back after dropping 2 straight to go down 3-2. Fans offering their keys to victory.
Get up on Curry, on Clay, and move the ball on offense. They've been stagnant, and Golden State's defense has been killing us.
Throughout this entire Celtics Finals run, the city has been bleeding green. Watch parties in downtown Boston have become a hit, and tonight Fenway Park stepping up to the plate to host a free watch party. Tickets to that selling out in under 2 hours.
Super exciting around here. Don't think the Celtics have made it quite this far since then, so we're super excited to watch.
Finals fever in full force across Boston, and the fans aren't ready to give up hope just yet.
What's your prediction for what the Garden environment is going to be like tonight?
It's going to be nuts.
Celtics majority owner Wick Grousbeck saying Wednesday a special guest will be in the house for Game 6, leaving fans speculating who they think it could be.
Whereas KG might show up too, so if that's the case, the roof will blow off the place.
It's been a back-and-forth series through 5 games, the Celtics battling back from double-digit deficits at times, as well as giving up leads. And as for the Celtics faithful's prediction for Game 6, some more of the same, with the C's pulling it off down the stretch.
We'll be down double digits in the first quarter and come right back. And then we win it in Game 7, obviously.
102-91 Boston. I think it's be an Al Horford game.
The excitement continuing to build as we get closer and closer to tip off. The Celtics hoping to send the Boston faithful home happy tonight with a big win and board a plane back to San Francisco in hopes of winning Game 7 on Sunday. Tip off 9 p.m. right here on ABC6. Reporting in Boston, Yanni Tregellis, ABC6 News.
All right, Yanni, thanks. And later today, our ABC6 News team will be live outside the Garden, starting with our 4 o'clock newscast. Tiffany Murphy, Hector Molina, and Ian Steele shipping up to Boston for live team coverage. We hope you'll check that out tonight on ABC6. And now the weather, as we take a live look outside this afternoon with our Sky Cam. We've had some great sunshine today. Chelsea's in the Weather Center with more on our forecast.
Hey, Doreen. Yeah, today's kind of a transition day here in southern New England. We started with sunshine. Clouds are rolling in, and that's going to be ahead of a frontal system that's going to bring us some heat, some humidity, and some thunderstorms, but not until tomorrow. Today's a lot cooler outside. Breeze is coming in out of the southwest around 10 miles per hour. We're sitting in the upper 60s in Providence right now. Most of the area in that mid to upper 60s range. A little bit of more sun hanging on for parts of southeastern Mass, making it into the 70s in spots like New Bedford, Taunton, and Plymouth. We'll get a few pops of sun at times, but overall expecting more clouds around the area today than yesterday. You can see thicker clouds over Providence right now, right up through Narragansett Bay. Other spots seeing some clearer conditions. There was a lot of rain and even some thunderstorm activity moving through the New York City area this morning. All of that is passing south, but the clouds have rolled in with that system. Even though we're not getting the rain yet, we're getting those clouds. And we're going to stay mostly cloudy through the remainder of the afternoon, kind of hovering in the upper 60s and low 70s range. Again, humidity levels start to build overnight. Tomorrow, highs are back into the 80s, but that does come with the risk of some isolated storms. I'll have much more in just a few minutes. Doreen?
Chelsea, thank you. Now to today's other headlines. The search is on for 2 kids missing from New Bedford and their father, who is wanted for the rape and abuse of a child. Bristol County DA Thomas Quinn says a warrant was issued for Leon Mejia, a Guatemalan citizen who's been living in New Bedford with his 2 children, ages 5 and 17 years old. They are considered endangered. Anyone with information on Mejia is asked to call Mass State Police or New Bedford Police. Providence police investigating after a call for shots fired on Eddy Street last night. This was around midnight. Our ABC6 News crews on scene saw several shell casings on the ground. Police tell us there were no injuries to report. Also in Providence, a 34-year-old woman was seriously injured when her car crashed into a fence on the corner of Prairie and Comstock Avenues. The woman taken to the hospital. No one else was in the car with her. Police say she's not facing any charges at this time, although they are still investigating. And on Smith Hill, the full House is expected to vote on the 2023 Rhode Island state budget tonight. Among the highlights in the $13.6 billion budget, no tax increases and funding set aside for affordable housing and school construction. The Tidewater Landing project in Pawtucket has been a hot topic lately, too. That is not part of the budget, but the governor is proposing other ways to send additional state funds. The budget is expected to eliminate the state car tax. And the May jobs report for Rhode Island is out, and it shows the state's unemployment rate is at 2.9%. The Department of Labor and Training says this is the first time it's below 3% in over 30 years. It was at 6% a year ago. Governor McKee saying the state has recovered nearly 90% of jobs lost during the pandemic shutdown. A Providence middle school principal is on administrative leave amid an internal investigation. The school department confirms that Esek Hopkins Middle School principal Timothy Milsakis is on leave as of June 3rd. A school spokesman said Providence schools aren't releasing any other information right now. Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker in Bristol County today, visiting New Bedford and Dartmouth, discussing offshore wind. First, the governor stopped at the New Bedford Marine Commerce Terminal on Blackmore Street to talk about an offshore wind ports challenge that's geared toward port redevelopment. And now he's headed to UMass Dartmouth for an offshore wind award ceremony. And now to political news today. And the House Select Committee investigating the deadly January 6th attack on the Capitol, holding another public hearing. Today, they're focusing on the pressure put on Vice President Mike Pence to block the certification of the election. ABC's Jay O'Brien reports.
In the third public hearing revealing their findings, the House Select Committee investigating the deadly Capitol attack now expected to highlight how former President Donald Trump pressured Vice President Mike Pence to block the certification of the 2020 election.
Mike Pence is going to have to come through for us.
President Trump had no factual basis for what he was doing, and he had been told it was illegal.
Pence refusing Trump's repeated requests, even as rioters stormed the Capitol. ABC News has obtained these exclusive photos of Pence huddled with his family as the mob moves through the Capitol. Second Lady Karen Pence pulling the curtains closed, concerned rioters could see them. Later, after Congress certified President Joe Biden's Electoral College victory, Pence defiant.
To those who wreaked havoc in our Capitol today, you did not win.
And ahead of today's hearing, new questions about this video, which the committee says shows Representative Barry Loudermilk giving a tour of the Capitol the day before the attack and when the Capitol was closed to the public. The committee saying some participants appear to be taking pictures not of statues or landmarks, but of stairwells and security checkpoints. Before the video was released, Capitol Police telling the committee there were no reconnaissance tours before the insurrection. But committee members say one of the participants later marched to the Capitol and made threats against members of Congress. Loudermilk denying any wrongdoing. Vice President Pence isn't addressing the committee himself today, but we do expect to hear from his former chief counsel and a retired and highly respected federal judge. Both advised Pence that Trump's request that he block the certification of the election was illegal. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, the Capitol.
And ABC News will present live coverage of the hearing starting today at 1 p.m. Be sure to stay with ABC6 News for an update starting first at 4. And still to come, parents with very young children are one step closer to getting them vaccinated. We'll have the latest on authorization. Plus, another shipment of baby formula coming to the U.S. Details on its arrival. And later, real estate layoffs. Is this a sign that the real estate market is cooling off? Now to the latest on the coronavirus, and America's youngest age group now one step closer to getting vaccinated against COVID-19. On Wednesday, an FDA advisory panel voting in favor of both Pfizer and Moderna's vaccine in children as young as 6 months old. Now it needs official green light from the full FDA and the CDC before any shots go into arms. ABC's Rena Roy has more.
As COVID cases rise in some parts of the country, protection could soon be on the way for America's youngest age group. An FDA advisory panel recommending both Pfizer and Moderna shots for children between 6 months and 5 years old, saying they appear safe and effective despite mild symptoms like irritability and fever.
Does the benefit outweigh the risk of this vaccine? And I think that the evidence is pretty clear.
Pfizer's vaccine, a 3-shot series, is 1/10 the size of the adult dose. The company's early data showed it was 80% effective in preventing symptomatic COVID. Moderna's vaccine, only 2 shots, is 1/4 of the size of the adult dose. Early data showed it was about 40 to 50% effective at preventing mild infections. Both vaccines generated antibody levels against the Omicron variant similar to those seen in adults.
We should be paying attention also to the antibody response and how well these vaccines protect against severe illness and hospitalization.
The CDC and FDA are expected to sign off within days. The White House says shots could go into arms as early as Tuesday.
Even though most kids get a mild illness, it's not true for every kid, and it's a much more stressful for a child to be in the hospital than it is for a child to come to a doctor's appointment to get a vaccine.
Moderna says it plans to launch a study in the fall in babies as young as 3 months old. They'll work on finding the right dosage for infants to see what's safest and the most effective. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And coming up, hey Alexa, start the laundry, the new smart washer from GE. And we'll check back in with Chelsea for that 7-day forecast, including the Father's Day forecast when we come back. In consumer news, more baby formula is coming to the United States after the Biden administration sourced a flight that is set to transport more than 44,000 pounds of Nestle products from Europe. The delivery is expected to relieve the formula shortage that has affected millions of households, but it is still expected to take a few more weeks before store shelves are restocked. The latest indication that the hot housing market is cooling. Some of the nation's largest real estate companies are laying off employees. Redfin says it is reducing its workforce by about 8%, and Compass says it's cutting about 450 of its 4,500 employees. These layoffs come as interest rates increase, causing the prices of homes to go up. Lego is coming back to the United States. The Danish company says it's building a 1.7 million square foot facility in Virginia. Officials say carbon-neutral building should be completed by 2025, and they expect to hire close to 2,000 employees. Lego shut down its Connecticut factory in 2006. And Alexa helping with your laundry. GE's newest washer has the Amazon voice assistants built in, providing what GE calls a more personalized and smarter experience. The $1,300 set also includes a dryer, but only the washer has Alexa.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Well, more clouds across the area today. Our nice stretch of sunshine coming to an end. We're going to see mostly cloudy conditions through the afternoon, but this is all as some warmer air is trying to push in here in southern New England. Temperature-wise outside this afternoon, we're running a lot cooler than where we were earlier in the week and slightly cooler than average for this time of year. Average highs are now into the upper 70s, and at the moment, we're still only in the upper 60s in spots like Providence, Smithfield, Westerly, 65 in Newport right now. Some 70s still holding on for far eastern Mass, where there's been a little bit more sun, a little bit longer. But as those clouds roll in and the breeze picks up, we top out mainly in the low 70s range this afternoon, which is below our average high of 78 degrees. And by the time the sun sets this evening at 8:23 p.m., we'll be seeing mostly cloudy conditions. Overnight, though, typically we should be dropping down to the upper 50s. Tomorrow morning is already going to be very warm and very muggy, and that muggy factor is with us through the day tomorrow. The breeze coming in from the southwest, typically a warmer and more humid wind direction. We're not quite there temperature-wise or humidity-wise yet, but overnight you're going to notice the humidity levels start to rise. The breeze is coming in about 5 to 15 miles per hour. We're picking up this afternoon, some gusts around 20 miles per hour possible, and keep us a little bit cooler at the immediate coastline as well. Right now, we're looking at dew points that are still in the low to mid 50s range. That kind of cusp point where we start to feel more muggy is usually 60 degrees. So we're still below that right now. But tomorrow, we're going to end up with dew points that make it close to 70 degrees. It's going to be feeling very humid, and that starts to begin late today and overnight. The good news is it's one day of heat and humidity for Friday, with highs into the mid 80s, humidity making us feel even warmer. As soon as we start to clear out, as we head into Saturday, really comfortable air comes into play. Very comfortable fall-like dew points expected as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Right now in your satellite radar image, you're looking at dry conditions but cloudy conditions. There was a lot of rain and thunderstorm activity that passed just to our south. It really fizzled out as it got closer to the ocean and then just fell apart. We are getting clouds coming in with that, and that's a warm front pushing through us here in southern New England. We'll get into a little bit of some sun popping through, but for the most part, expect mostly cloudy conditions for the remainder of the day. Now, the back edge of this system, a cold front, is way off to our west. We're going to be tracking that as we head into tomorrow. We have 2 shots of rain tomorrow. It looks like early in the morning there'll be some scattered showers and even a rumble of thunder, and then the better chance of some thunderstorms is going to come tomorrow afternoon. Today looks rain-free, just a lot of clouds around. You can see at 7 o'clock a line of thunderstorms way up to our north and west. Again, really kind of fizzles out, but in the early morning hours, maybe 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, some isolated rain or perhaps a few rumbles of thunder possible. Should dry out for a good portion of the day. You even get into some sunshine. It's hot, it's humid, it's breezy. Into the early afternoon, see a few very isolated cells beginning to show up, and some of those cells may be a bit stronger with thunder, lightning, heavy rain, and gusty winds. Now that line is short-lived. By Friday evening, we're starting to dry out. We clear out. Into Saturday, we are so much more comfortable. We'll see partly to mostly sunny conditions on Saturday. Get a few passing clouds at times, but it should be a decent day. Just going to be a cool day, a breezy day with highs in the low to mid 70s. And into Sunday morning, perhaps some clouds and a couple little spot showers, but we should brighten up for the dads in the afternoon. The severe outlook for Friday from the Storm Prediction Center, they put out these graphics each and every day indicating where the higher chances are for severe weather, has us in southern New England elevated for a chance of some stronger storms tomorrow. Now, in the grand scheme of things, we're very low on that list there, but the chances there for some stronger storms, again, mainly tomorrow afternoon. Today, we're getting more clouds. It's cooler today. It's breezy as well. Probably not our best looking beach day with the clouds in place. The UV index is at a low to moderate level. Temperatures only in the low 70s at the coast, and that breeze is picking up. So maybe a day to do some things outside, but away from the coastline. Mostly cloudy as we head through tonight. More humid as well. Tomorrow looks warm and humid. Again, it is not a washout. A good portion of the day does look rain-free, but it looks like we have a round of some showers in the morning and then again in the afternoon hours. And by morning, I mean early morning, likely around sunrise, if not before it. We head into Saturday, we're brighter, but it's breezy. On Sunday, we're looking at some early sprinkles, and then we dry out. We'll be more seasonable into next week. Doreen?
All right, Chelsea, thanks. Coming up, big news for the Beehive. Details on Beyonce's new album that's coming soon. And why Kim Kardashian is facing additional backlash for wearing Marilyn Monroe's dress. Back now with your entertainment headlines. The Beehive is buzzing with word overnight that Beyonce is releasing a new album. Renaissance is due out July 29th. It'll be her first full-length solo album in 6 years. Beyonce also giving the impression that this could be the first of a compilation. People have been talking about this since last week when her profile pictures were deleted from social media. Criticism is heating up over Kim Kardashian wearing Marilyn Monroe's iconic crystal-encrusted dress to the Met Gala last month. Monroe famously wore the dress in 1962 as she sang happy birthday to President John F. Kennedy. Well, now, new images posted on Instagram show the dress's back closure with signs of puckering and pulled seams. We'll be right back to check in with Chelsea for more on that afternoon forecast right after this. Well, Oreo's latest limited edition flavor is inspired by Neapolitan ice cream. It features triple layers of cream, vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. And instead of the typical chocolate Oreos, Chelsea, get this, they're sandwiched between 2 waffle cone flavored cookies. Goes on sale at stores next month.
I'm into that.
It
sounds good.
Yeah.
Although I always try to find those fun Oreos, and I can never find them.
Yeah,
We
it
tell
is hard
these
to
stories
find them.
and then I can't find them.
Jim
I need
Stearns
to
used
do.
to track them
I
down
know.
for us a lot.
He did.
My kids love to try all the different
Yeah,
flavors.
There's
so
so many
that'll
good
be fun.
ones. That one looks good for sure.
Really delicious. Waffle cone Oreos.
Good. Tomorrow's the day for ice cream on your 7-day forecast. The heat and humidity return for tomorrow. Today, more clouds out there. Temps in the low 70s. We head into tomorrow. We'll be in the mid 80s. It'll feel very humid. We have some scattered rain and storms. It looks like there's a round early in the morning and then a better chance in the early afternoon hours. From there, we'll dry out. We'll clear out. It'll be breezy on Saturday, but cooler and more comfortable with temps in the low 70s. Really cool into Sunday morning with a couple sprinkles and then more seasonable next week.
All I heard was tomorrow have ice cream.
There you go. That's the forecast.
That's going to do it for us for now. Tune in for our live coverage from the TD Garden first at 4. And go Celtics.